It is it is so good to see so many old players. Not old in age, just old in baseball tenure. You're probably aware that my part in this really was not part of my doing. I didn't plan to be a part of this occasion. I learned about it the same day that you got your letter that this was going to be mine. You know what? I thought that I was in the period of coach fading away. That's what coaches are supposed to do. After they get through coaching and retire, they just sort of fade away. But I'm delighted to see so many of you here. It bothers me, the sacrifice, that some came so far. That's heartwarming, but it looks like your wife would have better control of you than some of you do. Some came so far. But I can say this, if any officials are around, that this is the group of players that has been the most supportive all through the years, supportive of the Murray State baseball. The alums that are here tonight, one way or another, have let me know that it was enjoyable and rewarding for them to be a part of the Murray State baseball program. You usually learn this after they graduate, sometimes when they are graduating. But when you tell a coach that you really enjoyed your time here, it's delightful news for the coach. You think coaches are all dumb, but the coach does realize that he is part of the element of the baseball program. And that has lights a flash in his head, and directly or indirectly, this tells the coach that the player is glad during his life that his path crossed the path of the coach. That is huge for the coach. And we have this all over the floor tonight. Once he has this, once he knows that the player is glad that his path crossed the coach's path in life, he has not only a player, an ex-player, he has a friend. And this can go on a lifetime. It's interesting after graduation, and that is usually when the coach really learns more about the player. It's interesting when they graduate because so much changes. Now, we never forget to celebrate the highlights, team highlights, player highlights. But once there's graduation, things change, particularly so far as the coach is concerned. For example, with where you are now with me, I don't care if you, it doesn't make any difference to me whether you hit 100 or 400 at this stage. It doesn't matter to me whether your ERA was 3 or 33, because I have a friend. And that's what we have here tonight, so far as I'm concerned. Players and friends. But what players sometimes don't remember or don't appreciate, maybe with maturity, that the thing is a two-way street. The player, as a player, when you're finished, you're glad that our paths crossed. Frequently, the player doesn't realize until later that this is a two-way street. The coach has had the opportunity for his path to cross your path. And that can be very rewarding for the coach. As I say, this is a friend now. He's not just a player, he's a friend. And it has a very meaningful meaning. I don't have the vocabulary to express how I feel about this group tonight. I think you have an idea. And the things that have been said are overwhelming. By the way, I should mention to you that when Pat was in college, he said he was a hard thrower. Believe me, he was a hard thrower. And he pitched inside, and if you let him throw batting practice, the first hitter that really hit the ball hard, he really pitched inside. He loved to do that. Well, I mentioned that most of this friendship thing occurs after. However, as a player, sometimes you don't realize how much the coach learns then, at that time. There's a golden opportunity there because some players are with you 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, so on a daily basis, on every day. And you have to remember that you share the same clubhouse, you share the same bus, you share the same dugouts, the same hotels every day. And during this time, it gives the coach the opportunity to witness your game stress, your reflections, the reflections of little things, the reflections of big things, and your mental and physical reactions, many times under the fire of the game. All of these things help in molding who the coach is, who I am, consciously or subconsciously, or maybe through osmosis, possibly. These things contribute to whom I am. You see, the entire thing's a two-way street. Sometimes both profit, sometimes neither do, but look at what we have tonight. It doesn't get much better than that. Incidentally, I need to congratulate the alums on showing up tonight in playing shape, ready to go. You're maturing graciously. Right? Most of all, I'm proud of who you are. I'm proud of what you've done with your lives, and I know more than you think I know about what you have done with your lives. And I'm very, very proud. You know, I remember when most of you came, 17, 18, 19. I'm not sure the entire batting order or the entire pitching staff, I'm not sure either of those groups could have pooled your resources and bought a $50 ticket. Look at you now. Look at you, one success story after another. One after another. Look at you now. I know you want to get to the bathroom as soon as you can, but I'll not be long. I want to mention the dash theory. Many years ago on Johnny Carson's show, a man was on the program to promo his book, and the name of his book was The Only Important Thing in Life is the Dash. Well, I thought about that ever since. That really made an impression on me, and I'm not telling you anything you don't know. You know about the dash, but it intrigued me. On one footstone, on a footstone or headstone, are two numbers. The first number, the date of birth. The second number, the date of death. Well, those are good for records and genealogy, but actually they're somewhat insignificant in general. The important thing is the dash between the two numbers. The dash represents all of that period of time from the first number to the last. Well, obviously, the family is a major player. There are countless factors, of course. Your friends, major. The encounters you have, the happenings are all important. But let the record show, though, that you players a major part of my dash. I've always had the luck of the Irish on my shoulder. My wife will tell you that my genes, my Irish genes, are so full of wisdom from my forefathers that I really shouldn't take credit for anything I get done because it's in my genes. So maybe she's right. I grew up in an ideal home with parents and a sister. I got a basketball scholarship to get a college degree. In college, I met the prettiest girl you ever saw. And with the luck of the Irish, I conned her into matrimony. And would you believe that she turned out to be the best coach's wife in the world? She was born to be a coach's wife. Well, that's not, you think that's all the luck, but there's more. I'm not sure, but per capita, our family may have more college degrees to hang on the wall than anybody in town. Our two daughters are professional workers, and they have multiple degrees. But they were really smart. They married well. And now we have, and then we had two son-in-laws with degrees for the wall, of course, and they can fix anything. You talk about the luck of the Irish. If you got a flat tire in their truck, they have a can of air. If your battery goes down in the car, they have a charger. If your lights go out, they'll bring you, they'll take care of that too. If you need a tree down, there's a chainsaw in the truck. So you can see how wild and that I've been with help. The couples gave us 4 grandsons, all of which were given Division I football scholarships out of high school. Of course, they have all kinds of degrees too. They're professional workers. We had one granddaughter. She has degrees for the wall also. She's an artist and just recently was awarded the best show, international art show. The grandsons were smart enough to marry well, and here we have professional workers in granddaughter-in-laws, professional workers, more degrees for the walls. Currently, our granddaughter-in-laws are in the process of bringing more into the family. So perhaps my wife is right. I just have had more luck of the Irish than I deserve. I mentioned a minute ago, I don't know how to thank you, other than I appreciate your being here. And it's nice to have so many ladies. It gives us a better atmosphere to have so many women around. And I don't know how to thank you. And the baseball program thanks you too, because actually this is not my show, it's their show. But I appreciate your coming, and I'm sorry some of you came so far, because that's got to be, but you did, some of you bring your wives. I don't know, I'm not sure the wives have the hold on you they should have, but thank you, that's all I can say. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well done, Coach.